Welcome back to the channels. My name is Thomas Fletcher, and I'm the host of both the LCSW Network and the Military Social Work Network. If you're new to my channel, please do me a favor by smashing that like button, by subscribing to the channels, and by sharing this video with your social work colleagues and friends. The purpose of both of these channels is to create a community of hope and support, where social workers can come for relevant news, information, and inspiration. Well, welcome back to Ask a Military Social Worker. We are continuing our life planning series. So this will be Life Plan 103 for high school graduates. So, brief disclaimer, this video is not being supported, sponsored, or endorsed by any military or government agencies, and the views and opinions stated in this video are mine alone. All right, so we are continuing our life planning series. Today, this is Life Planning 103 for high school graduates. The second pathway to becoming a general or admiral officer. Pathway number 2 to becoming a general or an admiral in the U.S. military. All right. So in our last series, in our last episode, Life Plan 102, we talked about attending a U.S. military service academy, right? To get on the pathway to becoming a general. The second pathway to becoming a general or an admiral in the U.S. military is attending a program called ROTC, Reserve Officer Training Corps. So this is a program which is a part of 4-year colleges, maybe 2-year colleges, let's say higher education, right? Because there may be ROTCs in 2-year institutions, but I believe the majority of ROTCs are in 4-year college and university institutions. All right. So, what does getting into ROTC look like? First of all, you will have to apply for a college or a university that does have an active ROTC program. So that's the first part of it. So you'll have to apply for that university or college, get accepted, and then you're going to have to apply and get accepted into the ROTC program, because that's going to be the ROTC, even though they are implemented or executed at institutions of higher learning, the authority comes from the branch of the military. All right, so the ROTC instructors are going to be most likely retired active duty or retired reserve officers in their respective branches of the military. So if you're going to attend a Navy ROTC program, the instructors are going to be retired Navy officers, right? Same thing if you're going to Army ROTC, you're going to be retired Army officers. And I believe every branch does have an ROTC. I know the Army does. I know the Navy does. I believe the Air Force has an ROTC program. So, and again, as I've stated in previous videos, now this one's going to be a little bit different, because you will have to cover the cost of going to college. To my knowledge, getting accepted into ROTC does not cover your college tuition. To my knowledge, you're still going to be responsible for covering your college tuition, your books, because technically speaking, when you do ROTC, technically you are not military. You're not fully military. In a way, you're kind of like a cadet when you do ROTC. You don't actually incur an obligation until you graduate and you've completed ROTC. Then that's when the clock starts of your official military service. So unlike going to the service academy, which is completely free, I think that's probably one of the cons of doing ROTC. So I would say this. I would say ROTC are for the folks that already know they want to go to college, right? ROTC is for people that already know, yes, I do want to go to college. I do want to go to university, right? Whereas the military service academy would be for people that don't want to go to the traditional college university route and then incur that debt, right? But again, I think the pros or the benefits of doing ROTC is you get to have your college experience, but unlike your college classmates that are not in ROTC, you're going to be getting an education into what it is to be an officer, what it is to serve in the military, what does it mean to be a military leader. You're gonna get all of that instruction as an ROTC student or cadet, right? And then you can, when you graduate and the clock starts for your military service obligation, you're going to be starting as a second lieutenant, and you can go all the way up to general. I'm thinking of one ROTC graduate that went on to become general, secretary of state, did a lot of things, national security advisor. That was Colin Powell. He did ROTC at the City College in New York City. And he came from modest means. You know, he was not one of these, kid that was born into a wealthy or rich family, as some generals have that background, right? But he started from very humble. His parents were both immigrants from Jamaica, grew up in a working class, community in, I believe in Harlem. And he went on to become 4-star general, right? Later on, he went to become Secretary of State. He had a very prestigious career in the military. So I do want you to consider, again, I think the pros are, if you don't want to do the military service academy, you could still go to a traditional college and you could do ROTC. So I think there's a lot more flexibility doing ROTC than going to a service academy. There's a lot more flexibility, because when you go to the military service academy, it's pretty much boot camp from the beginning. It's boot camp for officers. It's intense boot camp for officers, right? Whereas ROTC, you're doing your ROTC classes, but it's not the whole totality of your college experience. You still have to pick a major, and you still have to do all your college coursework in addition to the ROTC, right? So I'd like for all of you to consider ROTC as another option after high school, right? All right. Well, I'm going to stop right there, but I want to thank you all for watching this video. For all the social workers and other licensed mental health professionals, thank you for the work that you do every day, for your clients, for your agency, and for the profession. Please continue to support each other and yourselves. Bye for now.